Inspiration can hit you in the head at any time in any context. It could happen in a conversation. Talking to someone at a party, you can get an idea. But you've got to remember those inspirations. I had read tons of science fiction. I was fascinated by other worlds, other environments. For me, it was fantasy, but it was not fantasy in the sense of pure escapism. The writer must be able to figure out how to limit the effects and still tell the story. Start with one match shot of the castle, for instance. Then go inside and let the rest of the scene play out on 2 sets. When you have it on the page and people read it, it makes sense to them. On the other hand, if you write the same scene to go inside the castle, out on the parapet walls, back inside through 14 rooms and end out on the roof, you have just made that same scene 4 times more expensive, probably without adding a. Imagination is a force that can actually manifest a reality. Don't put limitations on yourself. Others will do that for you. I feed on other people's creativity, photographers, artists of every kind. Sometimes a feeling that you get listening to a song can be so powerful. I've wanted to write whole scripts around what I felt just listening to a piece of music. I think music is important, and surrounding your visual field with stimulating things. Getting the audience to cry for the Terminator at the end of T2. For me, that was the whole purpose of making the film. If you can get the audience to feel emotion for a character that in the previous film you despised utterly and were terrified by, then that's a C. Sometimes the more fantastic an idea is, the more you have to be very careful about how you design it. So much of literary sci-fi is about creating worlds that are rich and detailed and make sense at a social level. We'll create a world for people and then later present a narrative in that world. You have to not listen to the naysayers, because there will be many, and often they'll be much more qualified than you and cause you to doubt yourself. People call me a perfectionist, but I'm not. I'm a rightist. I do something until it's right, and then I move on to the next thing. There are many talented people who haven't fulfilled their dreams because they overthought it, or they were too cautious, and were unwilling to make the leap of faith. It's about human imagination and curiosity. What's out there? What's in the great beyond? What exists at levels we can't see with our 5 senses?